and we went down to West Virginia to train in the mountains because we thought we were being shipped to Italy, so we had to learn how to wench artillery up the mountains in West Virginia to be similar to what's going on in Italy. Then we were, then that canceled out and we were sent up to Miles Standish and outside of Boston, and we waited there to ship overseas. And we shipped overseas in August, and Navy, we went out of the Navy Pier in Boston, and the bands were playing. You know, hair was standing up when you march up that gangplank. We were going to save the world. And we landed in England, Liverpool, and that was in late August. And as we were going through London on the train to our Miles Standish, there was a buzz bomb attack in London, and we had to wait on the outskirts of London while they were being attacked. And that was our first exposure to what was to be, a war. And then we waited till September, and then we were sent over to Normandy, Omaha, and we camped there and waiting for our assignment. Our company was always anywhere within a 105 used to fire less than a mile, so we were anywhere within that part of the battles that were going on. And of course, as service battery, we had to make sure that the infantry was where it's supposed to be and our artillery got their ammunition, and then whatever was needed, we were the all-purpose support service. That was what we did as part of the artillery. Because Patton had been working so fast in the southern part of France, he was moving so fast he was out of supplies, so the artillery trucks were used in the Red Ball Express. And then he spent 151 days in combat, starting October 20th, 1944, to defend the bridgehead at Moselle and the successful campaigns of the battles at Fort Metz, which had never been taken in combat through history. And of course, we have a machine gun in our front farm field, and we were standing guard. My buddy, he was from Green Bay. He had unloaded wheat and coal up in Green Bay when he was a civilian, and Chedouar was his name. And we were guarding, and all of a sudden we hear noises. And he says, this is a guy, when you're in a tavern, you want him, you think he'd protect you. And he said, Dave, what do we do? We hear no. I said, we have to challenge them. So you said, who goes there? And you hear Brooklyn, and I said Dodgers, so that was the password, so you knew that they were friendly, not the Germans coming out, stuff like that. And then we were also, one morning we're getting ready to go out on our assignment, and we hear machine guns going off in front of us, and all of a sudden we see a Messerschmitt coming up. So we all run out with we had carbines. We didn't have rifles. We were in the artillery, and the machine gun was and the plane got hit, not by us, but came over us and circled around and ended up at the end of the field in front of us. And of course, some of our guys went down and captured him, and then of course a few of them liked the gun that they had was a trophy. They liked. Everybody asked me if I was in the Battle of the Bulge, and of course we were at the west end of the line, so we were the last to go into the Bulge. But we had a march from where we were, ride. It was November, December, and we had to be driving in bad weather, and we had to put tarps on our truck. They were reddish blue, so that we wouldn't be hit by our friendly fire from our airplanes. And one night we parked, and there was some bombs that were coming in, and we lost one of our trucks and a few guys, but we were always within range of danger, but other than the infantry and a few in the artillery who were on the firing line, none of us were threatened that way.
Are you proud to have really made a difference in stopping Hitler and the Nazis and all of that, and really have made a difference in that respect?
Well, at the time, yeah, we thought, we were saving the world, because here was a guy who took over all of Europe, and he was going to eliminate Great Britain, who by the way were really great soldiers and wonderful people when we were there as soldiers. Same with Australian and New Zealanders. I mean, those troops are wonderful. And when we were in Belgium, they were kind of conflicted, because Belgium and Holland were so close to Germany that the Alsace-Lorraine area was, depending on whose war they won, how they'd be, and but our attitude was, we have the opportunity to make the world free, and people can be people.